Hey!
This is an emergency transmission. Citizens of the world, please, make no mistake. The zombie apocalypse is near. Will you cower and hide, or join us and fight? We are Dezombified. So stay on point and watch your six.
Oh, that's hot. That's hot.
Oh, my lovelies! So glad to have you here today. We're so excited! Let us know if you can hear us.
Hi.
Please,
Yeah, please
let's
let
see
us
some
know.
green
Come
hearts
on.
in the chat. Make sure everything
Yes.
is good to go. We're
Yeah,
gonna get
give
into
us-
this.
Give us some green hearts so we can get going here because we've got a great subject today, and it's probably going to be. I don't know. It may stretch into next week. I don't think so, but it may.
Who knows?
You
But
never
it's
know.
educational.
It is
All I gotta
educational.
say is, I wish you guys could hear us when we're prepping before the show, because some of our best conversations come up on then, and it's like we try to remember that to tell you guys, and we're just like,
Yeah.
That's why I
Brain
put the
fart.
outlines
It's-
up so
it's
that
so
we
much
could go.
funny.
Where were we?
Yeah.
We should have a Horror Honeyz blooper reel.
Oh God, no.
Oh God.
I
Oh,
actually
God.
Seriously, people will get a big kick out of that one. I guarantee you, it'll cure depression under 10 seconds of life.
I will let you know that I hit 400. I am I hit 500. I'm putting out a blooper reel. Realities in perspective. Hi.
Hi.
Realities, love you.
Hi.
We have a new Dezombified member.
Yes, we do.
Oh,
That
yes.
is mutant artificial intelligence.
Welcome to the Horde, good sir.
Yay. Not that you weren't a member of the Horror Hive before. Horror
Honeys. Horror
Yeah.
Hive, we love you.
Okay.
Yes.
You weren't a member of
Horror
the Z
Honeys.
Horde. The Z Horde before. You're even more now. Good grief! I can't talk.
It's
Somebody else
okay.
talk.
Oh my God, MD who? I just realized, yes. R.I.P. Wow.
R.I.P.
I am
Realities
so
in
far
perspective.
behind.
Yes.
I am so far behind. That is so fucking awesome. I'm sorry.
Yes. Hey, we got some good acronyms here.
Hey,
I know, right? Wow, that flew over my head.
yeah, y'all didn't hear me going. MIA is saying that. Wait a minute, that's me.
Yeah.
Don't miss that. We don't have any
Well,
green hearts
welcome.
yet. Are we live?
We are live. I
Oh,
think
yes,
we're
we
live.
are.
Okay,
We're
I'm just not
live.
getting it then.
No, we're dead.
We're
Well,
all
I
dead.
prefer the term
Bum, bum,
undead, but
bum.
that's
This is a simulation, people. We're in a simulation. That's
Inside a
what that's like.
simulation.
Yeah.
Yes.
Simulation.
Yes.
like I
Yes.
said, I prefer undead because literally undead means live, but that's
Yeah, like right now,
Yeah.
I'm doing like a flying ninja kick, and it's like in slow-mo. So I don't know who's gonna hit, but just give it about 10 minutes and we'll find out.
Oh God.
Oh, that should be fun.
Can you guys give us some green hearts, please? Please, green hearts.
Please.
Give us
We
some
like
green
it, the
heart.
green heart.
What's this
We want the
green
green heart.
heart?
Yeah.
Oh yes.
No, not snuggle hearts. We green.
Oh my gosh. So we got a great show coming up.
Yes,
We're
we
going to
do.
be talking about a little this and a little that. We're going to be covering
And a
some
lot of this.
origins and some connections to those origins with creepypastas and all sorts of fun stuff. So let's get this show on the road. First of all, we want to say thank you so much for being here, my wonderful, delectable, yummy James Saturday.
Hello, how are my Deadites doing? It's always such a fun job doing some grim reaping. And with me, I take along with me as the magnificent Mary P.
Oh, hello. And we also have Mia Mina, the undead ballerina.
And as you heard at the beginning, we have our wonderful face that changes so much every time we see her, Bansheeba.
Love it.
God, Becky, look at her butt.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my God.
Are we doing
Don't get me
contortion
started.
action here? Should we all
That's
do
one
some
song I could like say it like the whole lyrics to. Oh my God. Sad. I'm so sad.
I'm a big Doctor Who fan too, Rimby Who.
Oh God.
We have stepped forward into 2021. We are almost a month into this year, people. Can you believe it?
Oh my God.
Nobody touch
Wow.
anything. We still don't know how it's gonna go. Don't touch
No.
it. Don't touch
No.
it. Nobody say anything. Nobody
You
touch
know you want
anything.
to. You know you want to touch it. Even though you
Don't
can't.
touch-
You know,
Don't do it.
we talk.
Mhm.
Duh,
Yes,
we
we
talk.
do.
But we talk about a lot of things, and one of the things in the horror community that one of the many things we talk, I can't say one because it's not one. Some of the many things we talk about in the horror community are creepypastas and SCPs and so forth. And we want to talk today about what makes a creepypasta. Where do they come to? Where did they start scary stories? Where did that come from? We're going to dive into it. We can't dive too into it because we can only go so far, but we are going to dive into it. Get ready to get in the water.
Yeah. There'll be
Um,
sharks. There'll be eels.
Yes.
There'll be piranhas. There's gonna be
yeah.
And
And
I'm
that's
gonna
where our
put-
time machine is, and that's where we're going back way further.
We're going way back. Well, we could probably go back even further than we're going, but we have to put the line somewhere.
Mm.
Because if we don't put the line somewhere, we're just going to keep going back and back and back and back and back and back.
Yeah, we'd be a
first-
24-hour broadcast by then. I'm just
Oh
saying.
God.
Oh,
So, what does
I
Patches
know,
think
right?
about this whole thing, huh?
oh yeah,
What is
Patches.
Patches?
Me?
Yeah,
Yeah.
what's 2020?
Where have you been?
Places and things, avoiding the year.
You know, I've seen
around.
you once. I've seen you once pop out of my toilet, and that was it. I have not seen
yeah.
hide nor hair of you.
Yeah, so I decided I was gonna hibernate for the first part of the year this time.
Oh.
Maybe it'll get better.
Mhm. I hear
I
ya.
don't know. Yeah.
We should give some Patches some, bacon. Let's give her
Yes.
some bacon. Somebody spam some bacon. Yeah,
Somebody-
we need bacon.
Ooh.
Yeah. I'm poking the chat. Oh, that sounds wrong.
Poke the chat,
Poke
Mia.
away.
I like it.
Are you
I like
poking
it.
that chat real good right now?
I like it when you poke them.
Oh yeah, just
Here,
an
girl.
alien probing, huh? I miss
That
her very
doctor-
much.
Yeah. I miss her too. I know she moved, and it's been a major change for her. So yeah.
Mhm.
So Patches.
Yes.
What do the people need to do?
Oh. Okay, guys. All right. Let me just tell you. And if you don't know already, you guys need to like, share, subscribe, and ring that bell to get more people in here. Damn it! Come on. Don't make me explain it again.
Take that bacon of yours and slap
Oh,
that
yes.
bell with that bacon. We want that bell greasy.
Oh yeah,
Get them greasy fingers right on
take
that
that
bell.
bell lesson.
Slap it real good.
Yeah.
Bacon.
Finger looking good.
Yes. Now that bacon.
Okay. So our question of today, and it kind of leads into what we're talking about, although I guess we could have made it even broader. What is your favorite Penny Dreadful or creepypasta? What was your first creepypasta?
Mm.
Ooh. Oh.
Mm.
I
What's
like
your
that.
favorite? What is your favorite creepypasta?
I like that mutant and artificial intelligence. No idea what Patches looks like, but I bet the 10 pounds of bacon that she is gorgeous.
Oh, thank you.
Aw.
Oh, I'm blushing. Oh.
We do have mutant artificial intelligence in the chat. We have MD Who Entertainment.
Ooh, Pinky like one of your French girls.
I know.
Oh, I can do that.
We have the three of us, of course, and we have Realities in Perspective. MD Who says she's gonna paint Patches. All right.
Ooh.
All right.
Whatever she makes, I know that it's going to be great.
Yes, it is. It's gonna be fabulous.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they don't hear us, guys.
Really? No audio? Oh, hell no.
No show. It's not broadcasting. I'm seeing that the show should have started 15 minutes ago.
Yeah, I seen it too. What happened?
Okay.
What's going on, guys? You can't hear us. We thought you could hear us. I mean,
Damn it, Ben!
Oh no. No. No! That was a fucking killer intro!
No!
Oh god. That makes me want to pee right now. I have to pee.
well, you better do it real quick before we actually are on air.
Pelvic thrust.
I don't know. Oh no. Green hearts! Let us know when you can hear us.
Please.
Do we have to start over? We have to start over?
We're gonna have to start over.
Oh god. Oh god.
Everything that you guys said, say it again exactly the way we said it. No pressure.
Oh.
Oh no. Okay, I'll be right back.
Okay.
Okay. No.
Oh, I know, right? It's
Oh
like
my
the
God.
the Doom music starts playing right now.
Guys, I just went into a new version of our link here. I just closed that one and I went into the new one and it's working.
Okay, hold on.
Oh, a new one. Okay, I gotta go. Go.
Yes.
It's like, can you post that? Do you have the old one open? I'm thinking, can you post that? in there for.
Ah, there we are. Hey, can you hear me?
Can you hear us? Give us some green hearts. Show us some love.
Oh, we see green hearts. I see. Oh, we have Ophelia.
Do we have? Oh goodness.
Oh, and we've got. Oh yes, we have PA nightmares. Oh, I'm seeing cleaving thoughts from the bone. Thank you. Okay, now we're in business.
Okay, so let me get the new link. If I can get the new link and put it in for MD Who and the 3 in the other chat so that we can get them over here with us. Have you guys been hearing us?
I'm seeing green hearts. I'm seeing green hearts. We're good to go now. I think.
I hope. Hold on. I'm trying to get this link for them. I don't want to close that window before I give them the other window.
Oh yes, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and do that while Mia's doing that. Okay, so PA Nightmares. He put up his very first narrative story, and let me tell you, it's a slap in the face. I listened to it and I was like, hot damn. It was a fine, good story. It was excellent. I loved it.
Yeah.
You need to go over and check it out, guys. For real, he did an excellent job with it. Just did not see that ending coming. That was a twist with a twist. Loved it.
Okay.
Oh, we were seen, we were heard but not seen. Okay, that's backwards. That's ass backwards. It should have been the other way around.
Fucking weirdo.
Okay, so you love it that way.
Fucking weirdos.
That way.
Oh, yes. Oh, what are you going to do with us?
I love you too.
Okay, we love you guys. You know that.
Okay, so we'll just start over again. We're so fucking glad you're here.
I gave the link to the working show to the ones in the other show.
Snap out of it.
So horrible.
Yes.
Oh,
I think this kind of sums up what it's been like for me the past month or so.
Oh, I hear that. Yeah, no doubt, right?
Hey, my prediction's coming true for you, isn't it?
Slap in the face, left and right, and what the fuck?
Okay, there's the.
And you didn't call me Sally.
Oh my goodness! I and now I really need to mute this stream because I'm hearing myself. You could hear us, but MD Who and Mutant Artificial Intelligence and RIP couldn't hear us.
You know what? I can't wait to see that picture of Patches, MD. That's going to look awesome.
Yeah, that's going to be amazing.
Yes, it will.
I'm so sorry, Bob. I'm going to beat myself.
Oh, it's
what does my boyfriend do? He comes walking into the room and starts flopping something around in front of me. Oh, good.
Oh,
I'm so sorry, guys.
What is this fluffy thing that he's doing?
I think he broke Banshiba.
Yes.
I have never heard her broken before. This is amazing.
This is some fluffy talk.
Are you totally okay there? Do I need to perform CPR because I totally can?
Screenshots didn't happen, right?
Don't
get out of here! Oh my god!
That teddy bear is devious. Do not trust that thing.
No.
Or double cable and a battery.
Never ever.
No, you won't do that again.
I am most innocent.
You found my cake. Shame on you.
Oh my god, I love you guys.
Okay, so we've got Dezombified, we've got the four of us, we've got Cleaving Thought from Bone, we've got Stranger Times.
And the Chippendale in the background. Yeah.
Yeah, Chippendale in the background. We've got Bony Platter. We've got PA Nightmare.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
We've
Fear the
got
Great Right.
Rainbow
Dun,
Days.
dun, 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 dun.
Aura Seraph. Poke Harder Daddy. Okay, Orla.
Ooh. That's how I like to start a show.
Push it. Oh, Brewster.
Oh, Jesus. I can't breathe.
So, should we dive again?
There you
Go
go.
back in time about these who knows that these naughty penny dreadfuls.
Yes.
Can it be something I've written? Yeah. It can be something you've written. Binary DNA. Oh, yeah. Yeah. And that's another reason why this subject came up, Sabian. Is I was wondering, when we write our horror stories, are those considered creepypastas, or are they something completely different? And that's one of the reasons why we're doing this show. What?
Okay. All right. Oh. Nothing.
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 Okay, so a long time ago,
in a galaxy far, far away.
We all know that fear stories have been around for almost as long as fear and stories. At some point, they started getting written down. Don't know when that happened. It was an oral tradition, and then it became a written tradition, and people started putting a label on things, and then writing became literature, and literature became blah. And, it just, different classes of literature even came out where we've got, I'm trying not to say that word. We've got cheap literature.
PA. Sorry. Don't start me again. I'm sorry. I'm shutting up.
And then we get yeah, modern campfire tales, yes. But we got pay no attention to the person behind the yeah, exactly. So
what are they doing behind the curtain? I don't know.
So, and then you had different ways of classifying writing is, what class, how much it cost, how much the quality of the writing itself, the language of the writing. It was very, help me, girls. What's the word I want?
Well, I would like to know. This is one thing that I'd like to know. When the very first one comes out, okay? Obviously, the story, the original, or the beginning one, comes out and the credit goes to the writer. But somewhere down the line, it became okay to take somebody else's creation to be able to create a new story. Thus, we have the copy paste and putting your own little twist to it. But it does not necessarily condemn or in a negative aspect to the person who had created the original story. It adds to the story. Yes, it adds a certain twist to that character, and the author just kind of soaked that in and just kind of kept that going, and it started a trend. It started a trend with these characters, and that's where we start seeing some very notable faces around in the creepypasta community.
Right. Cleaving Thought from Bone is very right. How do you know who the first real author was? And for a long time, it was very hard to get that. But even before that, in the 1830s, we're going back in history, literacy increased. We had more people in the world, and it wasn't just England. It's all over the world who could read. We had the publishing had become so everybody could get a hold of literature of some sort, and things that were called penny dreadfuls started coming out in England.
Mhm.
And they had characters like Sweeney Todd, Dick Turpin, Varney the Vampire. Basically, The Guardian, which is a newspaper.
Mhm.
Who is Alex P18? Please
A
don't do that.
new person. Yeah. We want to be respectful in chat, please.
So, they were, The Guardian calls Penny Dreadfuls, or Penny Bloods as they were first called, Britain's first taste of a mass-produced popular culture for the young. The name was actually changed to Penny Dreadfuls in 1860.
I don't know.
So I'm gonna quit reading chat and keep going.
Yes, please do.
Yes, keep it going. Nina. Come on.
They were cheap. And they were highly sensational, if my tongue will work, and highly illustrated stories. They were illustrated and they came out weekly with numbers on their episodes. And they were originally adventure stories with pirates and highwaymen. If you don't know what highwaymen, that's like a bandit.
Mhm.
And later they concentrated more on crime and detecting. And somebody asked the question on one of the sites that I was looking at that says, was Jack the Ripper a penny dreadful? Well, actually there was a penny dreadful based on Jack the Ripper. So there you go. Most of the time they were 8 pages. This is something that really, I love this. They were 8 pages long. Occasionally they were 16, but they were generally 8 pages long with black and white illustration on the top half of the front page. Double column text filled the rest. Breaching at the bottom of the final page, they would stop. Even if they were in the middle of a sentence, they would stop in the middle of a thought or the middle of a paragraph or whatever it was. Whether the story was over or not, they just stopped it. Is that not the ultimate cliffhanger?
Yes.
Sure damn is.
Yes.
Because you're like, wait a minute.
You know,
I
that
gotta wait a
cliche
week?
is a lot older than we think it is.
I gotta wait a week to find this out?
Mm.
They preceded dime novels, which we
Pretty
were
clever,
talking
though.
about the Western dime novels.
Yep.
You know, with stories of Buffalo Bill and Billy the Kid and all Doc Holliday and all the people that are very close to Bathsheba's location.
Yes. Yeah, you know, when we started talking about it, we were talking about it before the show. And what I was hearing, I was just like, you know, this could even go further because you're taking a person and giving them basically a superpower. These gunslingers were unstoppable. They could do things that other people could not do. And these dime store publications would come out and people just would eat them up because, that's phenomenal stories.
That's right, Orla. That's right, Orla. It was a misnomer because even the England's peasants could read, but they couldn't read Latin.
No.
And they had their own regional dialects and writing methods. So, it's, they're in Bathsheba company.
Yeah, they are. I
So,
got some big bridges to fill. Oh, God.
You know what? Speaking of England, I know an actual old school Victorian urban legend. Spring-heeled Jack.
Yes.
Oh, I like him. That's a cool one.
Yeah, he was a handsome devil.
Yes, he was. Literally.
Wild Bill Hickok.
Yep.
Oh, yes.
Calamity Jane. Let me tell you, that one's missed it. That woman. The stories that came out with her. I mean, she fed into that. She liked that. She really liked that, and she was up there with the men. But the stories coming out.
Easy.
That is a prime example how they're over exaggerated.
Yes. And the thing is that it was also a starting point for authors to get started. Authors like Charles Dickens.
Oh yes.
He had can't remember the name of the story, but it was blood all over the walls in the bedroom. I remember that part.
Oh yes.
And yeah, it was. You can go there's a site called halfpennydreadfuls.com, and they go into this history. And if you really want to go even further into the Penny Dreadful history, we're not going to do it here. Because we're just saying, this was a predecessor in some people's eyes to creepypastas, because these were stories that were finally getting into people's hands.
Yes, and it wasn't just by one author. There were several people that did it as well. That's the whole point, that's where the correlation starts falling into place. When you think about it, if you look at the time period that they came into, they were horror stories. I mean, Deadwood alone had 2.5. Yes, we talked about the 0.5 bit murders. How do you kill a half of a person? I don't know. Cutting them half.
Rationing. It's that 0.5 from the family. You have a mother, a father, and a 2.5 children. That's the 0.5. That's where
an average. I get it. I get that. But
I'm not saying it's an average. I said it's an.
And that's one thing that people they just don't think about Deadwood. Deadwood was up there with Abilene. And up there with Dodge City, I mean, it was like one of the third worst places you could possibly come to because of the gold craze. Right. And what better way than to publish stories about people who may have gold mines that they don't want other people to come in, because this was the place. Black Hills, South Dakota is known for the gold, and there's a big boom. There's a lot of people coming out from the East Coast, heading out, whether it be California. Yeah, they hit the Black Hills, and all of a sudden there's pay dirt. Literally, the pay dirt saying comes from the reference of basically gold being just straight up on the ground, and that's what it was. That's what it is.
And all sorts of crazy things that happened in Tombstone as well. Come on, just the name Tombstone.
Yes,
we're
up there with them.
That if that's not creepy enough, I don't know what is. I think that qualifies.
So it makes you kind of wonder: were these stories coming out for an alternative reason, possibly?
Ooh.
Yeah, I know, right? I smell it too. I'm just saying.
So, and then we turn into modern ages, okay, and computers come out, and we start getting stories. Now, the exact origins of the creepypastas themselves, and it's not the venue, it's the stories. We don't know when they started. Certainly, it started in chain emails where you get hello, David Vingman.
I never put that correlation together because those were really big.
Yeah.
Every now and then I'll get a chain mail that's still coming and be like, they'll tell you some freaky story. And then it's like, if you don't tell a certain number of people, you're going to die. I'm like, really?
This girl is going to crawl out of your computer and she's going to come and murder you in your sleep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Actually, the chain mail has been around centuries before that.
Yeah, because chain mail. But these were chain emails. You didn't know where they started, as Sabian pointed out. We didn't know who the authors were. They went from emails being chain emails to emails being reposted on internet forums and Usenet groups. And some were actually created and put on what was at the time the export of 4chan, which was focused mainly on the paranormal. It wasn't until 2001 that there was actually a quote unquote home for a creepypasta.
Right.
Yeah.
And it may be the earliest. It may there may be more before it. We only know that.
But the one
this
that
is
caught
where we
on.
put our head. We can put a nail in the coffin on this one. Did I really use that?
Yes, you did. It's fitting.
Yes, it is.
Ted the Caver. Yeah.
And Ted the Caver came home on Angel Fire. Who remembers Angel Fire? You know they're still up.
Really?
Wow.
They are
That's
still
remarkable.
They are still around. Angel Fire in 2001. We don't know who. Well, we know who, but we don't know who. We don't know his actual name, but we do have an identification of who the person was as far as the history of Ted the Caver. He told the story from the perspective of Ted as he and his friends explored a frightening caving system. I'm not going to get into the story because
spelunking.
If you haven't heard the story,
ooh, what do we have here?
You should
Let's
go
get the flashlight.
Hear it. Yeah. Believing it was real, some of the caving groups, and don't ask me to say what their name is because I can't pronounce it. But the caving enthusiastic groups, they started looking at it, trying to dissect it and figure out what happened and where. Because at the end of the story, Ted says, we're going to go and we're going to find out what really happened. And we'll come back and talk about it. And they never came back.
Ooh.
And, so we didn't know what happened. We didn't know what happened there. And so they were trying to figure out what was going on. Well, in 2004, it really became popular. It really shot off like fireworks. And they were spelunking somewhere. Zing! Yeah.
Yes.
There was a story put out called The Fear of Darkness by Thomas Lira. And it was published in 2004 with a surprisingly very similar, almost identical story to Ted the Caver. Not realizing how old the Ted the Caver story was, some people believe that Ted had
disappeared.
The story.
Oh, not
Stolen
Ted.
the
I thought it
story.
was the other way. I thought it was the other way
originally they thought Ted had stole the story from Thomas Lira because some people didn't realize it had been around for 3 years before Thomas's book or story came out.
Okay.
And this brought the original Ted poster. Well, I'm going to call him Ted because I can't. That's just a mouthful. Out of silence. And he actually contacted the Caving Society and said, look, the caving part of the story is real. We really did go caving. We really did have those experiences. The paranormal events in the story,
maybe a little exaggerated.
I made it all up.
He posted it on a paranormal site. I would like to say that this was almost like a trolling event. Almost. I mean, I'm just saying, a nice troll, but it was just like, it's right there. I'm taking advantage of it because people are eating it up.
Right.
And
and
who doesn't want to be entertained by that sort of thing? So, if anything, it's just more of a community service.
People liked it.
And people liked it. People enjoyed it. And it all came out at that point. Other early creepypastas, again, named for the... I can't say this word, but the joining of copy paste, which became copy pasta, which I'm not sure why, but it became copy pasta, and then creepy. So they were creepy stories that were copy pasted. So they're creepy pasta. It was termed in 2007 by the image board 4chan. So copy pastas went viral. And copy pasta, actually, that term was coined in 2006 by somebody somewhere. And
it turned into like a creepy paster.
Yeah.
Pasterers.
Yes.
But saying creepy pasterers sounds kind of dumb. I'm just saying. It's hard to say and it sounds dumb. So
we didn't know who did it.
Pasta just kind of changed and people just soaked it up and went with it.
Ooh.
And a lot of people posted things anonymously. You didn't know what they were. There's Awkward Alien Kayla.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
there is the amazing What the Fuck.
Yes.
The suck
And
goblin.
we also have David that came in, David Vingman. Hello.
Yeah, I got that up.
Yes.
So, hi guys, and I'm not answering that. What the fuck?
No, definitely not.
He's over there. He's over there. He's over there, and he's over there. Oh, and he's up there too. I mean, what? But nobody knew who. As Sabian brought up earlier, a lot of people didn't say I wrote this, so it got copy and pasted, or it got lost in the copying pasting.
Mhm.
And what we now would consider intellectual theft, at that time, it couldn't be, because you couldn't prove that you were the first one that wrote it. You had no way of doing that. And
Right.
as it's grown, as the creepypasta community has grown, we've gotten subgenres like lost episodes, video games,
Yes.
psycho killers, and
Mhm.
supernatural monsters. Not that's not encompassing everything. That's just encompassing a lot of them.
Oh yes, and let's not forget body horror and
Oh yeah,
people like changing into something or making a deal with an entity.
and
that
that's
never
a lot of
gets
them
old.
were. A lot of the original ones were rituals. Go.
Yes,
Oh,
that's the point.
Here.
A lot of
elevator.
these stories, you'll see that they correlate with urban legends. They started coming in. Now, also, you can put a connection in with the SCP Foundation as well. Because
And
you see a lot of mimicry on those.
Yes.
It's almost like a mirrored thing. It's a different type subject, and they're two different, don't get me wrong, they are two separate entities when it comes
They
to
are now.
forums.
Yes.
Yes. But they kind of sprouted off of each other, just like the creepypastas and urban legends kind of sprouted off each other as well.
And hello, Puerto Rican. How are you today? I love Puerto Rican. He is amazing. Really great friend.
Hello.
So the genre hit its peak audience around 2010, when the media actually realized what was going on. New York Times actually had publications on it. People, and other traditional media publications. Originally, the early creepypastas, and I'm going to say before 2013, had to be somewhat believable and realistic to be reposted. Major dedication to creepypasta websites started to emerge in the early 2000s, with the original site being creepypasta.com, which was created in 2008. I was actually told it was the .org the other day, and doing the research for this, it's like, no, it's .com precedes .org, even though .org claims they were first. Creepypasta wiki and /r/no-sleep. Who knows that subreddit? None of us, right? None of us know anything about that subreddit.
Those are good.
They were created in 2010. The SCP Foundation, which is a creative writing project made up of early pasta monsters. All it is pasta monsters. These are all creepy pasta monsters. And it's had several websites because it's had some problems with legal stuff. But this gave a permanent archive for the creepypastas, which impacted the genre greatly, because now authors had a place to post and readers had a place to go to find them. And authors started using creepypasta characters in their own stories. And this resulted in the development of continuing encompassing numerous works for one entity. And the creepypastas evolved. And then And then the I gotta quit reading the chat.
Jeez.
And then the whole ownership changed. Now we do have to remember there is a fine line between fiction and reality. Reality is much worse than fiction. However,
Oh yes,
there
it
is
is.
a line there. It has to be adhered to, and creepypastas are fiction. Creepypastas are fiction.
Yes, they are. But there's been cases that have come up that definitely.
Both ends. Both
Yes.
ends. There have been some cases that have had creepypastas created from them, and there are cases that have been caused by creepypastas.
Yes. How can we not forget about what those two girls have done
Well, there
to
was
their
one
friend a long time
earlier
ago?
than that, which I didn't know about until I did the research on this.
Yes.
So much. There was a girl who tried to kill her mother in order to call Slender Man.
Oof.
Oh, Slenderman. Okay, as everyone knows, Slenderman is obviously one of the biggest creepypastas that have been created. And Lord knows there's been enough crimes in real life that have happened due to wanting to summon or trying to find some way to appease Slenderman to keep them or to keep him away from them.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's made that the because of these cases, the line between reality and believability are no longer completely adhered to. You don't have to make them really believable anymore. As we said, urban legends have been converted into creepypastas. Actual crimes have been turned into creepypastas. Events, unexplained phenomena that people just don't understand
See, I think that's what influences some of the creepypastas. The fact that, just like the SCP Foundation, you look at all of the different stories and of all the different characters, I guess you could say. I can't think of a better word to call them, I guess, at this point in time. Creations. They all have a speck of truth in the story that they feed off of. And that's what makes them so fascinating. And honestly, the way, especially with the SCP Foundation, I don't know how many times I've heard comments, saying, well, whether or not it's true or not, because people are legitimately, the way they talk about the SCP Foundation being state of the fact, here and now type, situation.
And
it's believable. It's believable.
Hello, Midnight Paranormal.
Hi, Midnight Paranormal. And it is on the SCP. It is on the SCP Foundation site that does remind people this is a creative writing project.
Yes,
it is not real.
Okay, can I say a little criticism about Slenderman here?
Sure.
I would have to say, okay, for the kids that, all right, I'm not going to dog on Slenderman, but I'm just criticizing more the people who supposedly worship him like some entity and believe that he exists, and thinking that, oh, you just do these things and then poof, he appears, just like Satan or something. I'm sorry, but if I were Slenderman, I would not be I would not come for somebody who summons me and especially harms somebody. Just to demand my attention. I'm nobody's servant. In fact, he's been known to be an entity that's very independent in his mind, and when he chooses somebody, he chooses them for a reason. He's the one who chooses them.
But
you don't choose him.
Right. And there again,
that's the way I see it.
And there again, You know,
He does what he wants.
It's fictional. It's fictional.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
not really going to come, guys. But that brings up, there other sites have come up other than the ones that we talked about. There's the Holder series' website, somethingawful.com, which is where Slenderman was created. And I know I have people who will say, well, Slenderman's been there for history, and it's just that no, it's Photoshop, guys. I promise you it was Photoshop pictures. But over time, a lot of horror stories have been written on the internet, and the subject matter varies. We have ghosts, we have murders, we have zombies, we have haunted television shows, and it's not his kink. We have video games. We have a range of length from a single paragraph to a multi-part series across multiple media types. We have a variety of forms and styles that, due to the inherent community nature of the internet forums, can be interactive. Hey, you're going to tell me that an ARG is not a form of creepypasta?
Exactly. Because that came to mind when I heard Ted the Caver story. It was almost like it was involving you in one of their stories, and people were trying to figure it out, and it got people involved. And I mean, is that not what an ARG is all about?
And see, it continues. I mean, you look at Silver Dorkable has the Badlands radio show on her YouTube. That's an ARG, and oh my gosh, it's amazing. But authorship became important. A lot of creepypasta authors wanted to become known at this point. They didn't want to be anonymous anymore. They wanted to be known, and they wanted to achieve some notice through their creepypasta so that they could become like Sabian and be a actual published author with a book you can put in your hand. And that's where you started seeing people get upset because, well, you didn't give me credit for this.
Yeah.
Or you stole my idea. You wrote another Slenderman story and you didn't ask my permission, which, some of the authors aren't that, I'm gonna get it.
It's almost
they aren't
like
that anal about it,
right?
Yeah,
it adds, the way I see it is they add to the mystery of that particular creepypasta, whether it be Slenderman or one of the other stories. It adds to the character that somebody created, and it's a compliment.
Yeah,
it is a compliment. Because when you look at the fandom, they have just blown it up.
They really
have.
And
they put their own twist to it. And it's almost gratifying seeing somebody take your character that you created for, would it be a contest to create something like the Slenderman deal, and some of the other characters, people just ate it up and they wanted to put their own twist on it. And instead of, copyright strike, it was more or less, hey, it's
an honor for you
to
tell me this. It's an honor for you to do this.
Exactly.
And the YouTube link I just put that's one that Banshiba gave me that has a really, really good history of creepypastas. And then there's creepypasta.com. There's creepypastafandom.com, which is the creepypasta wiki. It's changed a little bit because fandom has taken over all the wikis. But they are trying to actually only post the creepypastas that are CC BY-SA, which means you can use them. You can narrate them. It's not a big issue. And that's, of course, versus other sites where the authors are, like you said, uptight. I use the other word. Give us a thumbs up war. How many thumbs up can you get?
I wonder.
And we've got lots of origins of creepypasta you can find for every creepypasta that is out there. Now, how mainstream has it become? Yeah,
My name is Jeff.
We even have badly written creepypastas called crappy pastas.
Yes. Oh my god, those are funny. And you know what's even worse? Written by mostly teenage girls. They're fan
Cutie
fictions
pastas.
and they're fan fictions and they're like they're OCs, they're original characters and how they went to hook up with these creepypasta characters and they are some nice and shiny armor.
Dame.
And
What are
Chiva
you
feels
implying?
personally attacked right now.
Yes, I'm attacked. What are you implying?
And I
Yeah,
think
me and Jeff, I'm just saying.
I'm saying, again, it's good to fantasize and all. Just keep it
Nobody
to
wants to hear
yourself.
about it.
now see the interesting part about that last sleep is that's actually a link to an authors group discussing creepypastas, and I thought that was amazing that they actually have that in there. But we've got Channel Zero, which is dedicated to a season to different creepypastas. We have films such as the Soviet Sleep Experiment.
That one that's got to be one of my favorite ones. That is one of my favorite ones.
Oh, screw
that
your
one.
mind.
That
Living
harassed me. Loved it.
Living Dark, the story of Ted the Caver.
Yes.
Slender Man, the movie, which we've already discussed what all happened with that. In 2015, there were plans announced to have Clive Barker do a live-action web series on creepypastas, focusing on Slender Man and Been Drowned and the such. Video games have been coded and published for Been Drowned, Slender Man. What was the other? There's a bunch of them. There's actually
Jeff the Killer
one
too. Jeff the Killer as well.
That's what I was thinking of. And they have focused on having video games. There's a video game called Creepypastas, if I remember, and it focuses on different ones, all in one game. Then there's the Slender Man game, which he chases you around the screen, and then there's Been Drowned. The author of Been Drowned actually wrote his own ARG. Yes, they came from
that is a prime example of both the creepypasta and the ARG right there, because
ARGs are more than just on the creepypasta pages. ARGs go into Twitter. They go into Tumblr. The sun went dark. Where'd the sun go, people? I don't know.
Yes.
Come up. Remember that one?
Yes, I followed. I waited and watched.
That was amazing. How do you embarrass an archaeologist giving? Oh gosh. I have no.
Although I do know a funny euphemism that they used back then. And it's kind of appropriate, is they would call a woman's genitals an axe wound.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
Oh my god.
How are you doing that?
This is off topic. Okay, have you guys seen the history of swear words on oh god, I just drew a blank. Not Amazon. No, not Amazon, but Netflix. It's a series with, oh my god. Look up on Netflix. It has Nicolas Cage narrating the history on swear words. It just reminded me when you said about that, Dame, about the axe wound thing, because they go through all of them, and it's just hilarious. Just saying. Just putting it out there.
Kayla has joined us as a member.
So imagine we can put that back and say, "Oh, I'm sorry, but I have to tend to my axe wound." It is very bloody.
It does bring a whole new meaning to that word after hearing that. It really does.
Bring that back. The axe wound.
We've got 2 new members. Kayla just joined. Mutant Artificial Intelligence joined earlier today. This is amazing. This is cool.
Yeah.
I am not going there. WTF? I'm not reading it. I'm not looking at the. I'm looking at the screen. Why can't I? But yes. Creepypastas are, and obviously this could go on forever because this is something near and dear to the horror community as a whole's heart. It
ushered in a whole new genre of horror. It really did. Whole new, based off of more centered around like mental issues, mental health issues, and where you started. I mean, everybody loves the classics. Anyone in the horror community, we love the classics. We love Jason Voorhees. We love Freddy Krueger. We love Michael Myers. All of those icons.
Don't forget it.
Regardless, it brings in something new. It brought in a point where, for the first time, people started becoming more sympathetic towards the killer of creepypasta stories.
And as you say, as I think it was, hold on, I'm going to scroll up because I believe this was in. I did see the comment
in speaks to my soul.
Where, Orla, that's right. When they blurred the line, that's where the problem is, and where people have problems with their mental state, that is where
you start getting those copycat type situations.
Not seeing the difference between good and bad. Not seeing the difference between real and unreal. And I swear the MD who said it, and I can't find it now. But there's a difference between writing a creepypasta and writing a creepypasta fanfic where you run around with Jeff the Killer and then you go to bed with him and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
It's
yes, damn straight.
Live my fantasies in my head. I don't want to share those with you. You cannot see it. You fans only.
And then at the same side of it, where as we write our stories, as I write my stories, as MD who writes her stories, as Sabian writes his stories, as PA writes his stories, the writer's block is coming up after this. Anybody that comes on there, they write. We all write. Dame Saturday I know of at least 3 rituals Dame Saturday has written.
Yes, I did. I did one called How to Summon an Angel of Justice, and one for a joke. I did one of How to Summon Dame Saturday. I just did right on April Fool's Day, and there's some lonely people that took it seriously. So if I do it, you'll appear. Oh, can we have a date or something? And it's like,
and
I'm the Grim Reaper, okay?
And those things have just they've been sucked up by this wonderful thing that we call creepypastas. And it's not, everybody would say it's wonderful, but it's the language of the common. It's the language of all of us. And we've brought that into, at least now there are people who have no idea what a creepypasta is. And there really are.
Right.
We're very
I have to bring up a comment, something Cleaving thought from Bone. I don't know if my work is creepypasta or short stories or both, but I do know that it would not be here. My books would not exist if it was not for the creepypasta. I think it opened up a huge avenue towards horror writing. Now, it may be influenced on it, I can see that, I definitely would, I can see that. Where it would take off as a creepypasta would be if you had created a certain character that people have caught notice and taken that character and started doing their own type of fan fiction on that.
Well,
then
actually,
you could start that cycle up. And if that's already happened, well, then that would be basically the birth of a new creepypasta. Because
So,
there's new creepypastas coming. I just did a search yesterday looking into the creepypastas. And there are so many new creepypastas out there. It's ridiculous. It is ridiculous.
Sabian.
Among Us. There's new creepypasta stuff for them.
Sabian. You and a Doughboy have created a creepypasta shelf.
Ooh. Okay.
With Locust Lake. Each of you created an OC for Locust Lake. And each of you, those are your babies. I know this for a fact. Those are your babies. You've got Jacob, and you've got that sound effect gets me all the time. You've got
baby pastas.
Oh, they're so cute. They're just babies.
You've got Jacob, and you've got that I just saw his name. I'm gonna kill myself because I can't remember his name. Casper. And you've got this whole world of Locust Lake. And yes, it is a real place. And there are real urban legends in that area. And you've taken those and you've written stories, the legends of Locust Lake, and you've expanded that. I know for a fact that there are people who have written fan fictions off of Locust Lake. So yes, that is a creepypasta. I would consider Doughboy's hero. What is it? Heroes don't always wear capes. I would consider that. The Lady of the Lake. You've got her. You've got all these stories that, Bob Roy, I can't remember his name. He's a fan favorite. You've tried to kill him how many times?
Oh, you mean Rob Roy?
Yeah. Joker's Demise, hello. But there's all sorts. We've got a creepypasta right there. We've got all sorts of things going on, with your stories, with Doughboy's stories. I'm sure people probably consider some of mine creepypastas. I certainly know that some of them have grown and you guys don't even know about what they're growing. Ray Bob, thank you, PA. How many times have you tried to kill Ray Bob? You finally kill him and everybody's like, we're bringing him back.
There you go. Yes. Well, that answers your question then. So, totally, that just answers your question. There's a certain formula that you follow and influences certain types of stories and it follows that, that particular, that feel of the creepypastas and whatnot. And people that, are loving your stuff, they're just like, oh, wait, whoa. It's like Misery all over again. You can't kill off that person. No. No, you're going to bring her back. You're bringing her back. I'm going to break your ankles.
Yeah. I love that part.
Okay,
that was so funny.
Fear, be safe. Have a good day.
Bye.
And no, he's not my voice boy. Oh no, 1 minute. Yeah, 1 minute. 1 minute. Okay,
1 minute left.
1 minute to certain doom.
Dum. 1 minute.
Yeah, we didn't even make it into some of the other stuff, like the whole, the Jeff the Killer, the pictures that were circulating around. That was the first time I saw it. The stories about the girl that was up. Was on 4chan as well, or something.
Yes.
Had posted and somebody claimed that they had taken her picture and just copy pasted and exaggerated some of the features.
Oh yes, I remember it. Her nickname was Creepy Chan, and she did all sorts of weird pictures with that. She was blonde. I remember that one. She was also featured on America's Next Top Model.
Was
Way back in the
So-
day. I'm not kidding. She did.
So we do have some mail to look at next week.
Ooh,
And
yo,
we
I got one more
this
thing to say. I
response.
found that person that, okay, anyone who follows Nexpo probably knows about this or whatever. Just throwing it
Oh,
out
you
there
found
if
it?
you guys want to look at it. Yes, I
Wow.
did. Ori Chef. Now, she has a certain profile that is very strange on Facebook. And if you have not looked her up, look her up. It's very strange if you're not familiar with the story. It was covered by Nexpo. And one of her pictures looks awfully familiar. I'll just leave it at that.
Okay.
Ori Chef, Jeff the
I don't know
Killer.
if they can still hear us, but we love you guys. Keep an eye out on TikTok, especially because Banshee was popping over there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm all over the place.
And YouTube and Twitter and so forth. Just, keep an eye out because you'll see things coming up on us. We do have the Writer's Block Party at 4:00 on Dezombified. Thank you, Dezombified, for this wonderful
Yes.
opportunity for this show. And thank you to all of you members of the Z Horde.
Yes.
And all you new listeners and all you lurkers and everybody who likes us. And we will be back next week.
Yes.
Bittersweet dreams.
Bittersweet dreams.
Bittersweet dreams. Okay, I love you. Bye-bye.
Bunch of fucking weirdos.
You can do this. Fingertips only.
Basket, a basket, I lost my yellow basket.
How about that pussy? Oh, that chain wax.
Pussy on the chain wax.
How about that pussy? Oh, that chain wax.
Pussy on the chain
How
wax.
you doing? You'll get the shit. You'll be knee deep in the shit.
Ooh.